Hi guys. So just wanted to give you a quick update. It's 9:42 on Thursday, February 20th. So today we saw the sentencing of Roger Stone, and by the way, um, I I don't see him being pardoned. Okay. Okay, so but the most important thing that happened is a few hours later than the big bombshell news came out that not only is well, we know that Russia is already interfering in the elections, but that Trump, once he found out that the person in the intelligence, that Joseph Maguire, the head of the director of national intelligence, right, had told the House, which is his job to do, he fired him because not because oh my God, because he can't he was not upset that Russia was wasn't no problem, no problem, no problem, no, no, I like them, I like them. So he he was not upset that Russia had interfered. He was upset that he told populations. Okay, so that's very upsetting. Okay, I was so upset. So I did like 2 hours. I did 2 hours on the Patreon, to look into all the details. But essentially, guys, you know what? I really do believe still that what I had seen more and more, and there's just so much detail. I just want to give you a summary, but basically that I do think it's still possible that the military will have to somehow get involved because the degree and not just interference, but what you call it, like they have or basically right, we have a Russian agent asset, I guess you call it, in the White House, right? The guy is more concerned with defending Russia and Russian attacks than America. That's obvious. Okay, so now it's completely undeniable. And so what I wanted to say is that I did see that there is on the very deep level there are plans going on to make something happen because he has to resign. So the way forward is going to be there's going to be more and more revelations about his finances and other things, okay, to prepare the population for him resigning, okay. And what I saw though is at the same time that he resigns, quote unquote, I saw that actually it's Pat Cipollone who gets him to sign the thing. He has to leave, and then is that at the time when he leaves, there's like a huge operation going on to make sure that Pence is also removed at the same time. That Jared's gonna go straight to Quantico FBI headquarters for the briefing. That and then Ivanka leaves because she read out Jared. She gave out Jared. She signed off Trump to go to the mental whatever thing. When he resigns, he's not gonna go home. He's gonna go to the mental thing, whatever. I think. Okay. And so what were the other things? Yeah. So guys, yes, there is something going on, but the problem is that think about the logistics of something like this. Okay, they all have to be informed at the same time. Kind of like things have to happen in a way that is very quiet, and then eventually, I think they're going to close the perimeter around the White House to make sure that there's no, what I mean, it's dangerous. So it's very dangerous, very complicated logistically to make it happen, to make sure that once Trump leaves, then everybody else around him is not, they don't let him like board airplanes and go to Russia, God knows where. Okay. And so the other thing is that I do see it happening in March, in about a month after early spring, in other words, late March, something like that. Okay. I also saw that because so I looked into what was happening to each, like looking to half an hour before each person had to leave the government. So it looks like it would be the time when the senators are in, how once a month they have to go to their hometowns to work there from wherever their local offices. And I saw Lindsey Graham in South Carolina. Okay. And it was sort of warmish and everything. So I do think it'll be probably like late March. So even though I've said something before, I remember like years ago I said March also, but who knows, something like that, late March, April. I just don't think that it's going to last much longer, but it's not going to be right away. And I do think, honestly, it's almost like it could even be before the Supreme Court rules on the finances, we'll see, or, or immediately after, something like this, okay, but not that far away, okay? And I think because, guys, they know what's going on here, okay? And he's not just because of what he's doing in terms of Russia, it's because he's already has the issues with his finances, right? That's the proof that he's, basically has his whole life worked for Russia, right? Like in terms of like how they own his businesses. So that's the issue, but it's good in the sense that I think, but they're going to have, there was an opportunity there at the impeachment. They didn't take it. So now it's getting worse and worse. And I think that's the situation. Now he appointed this other guy. I don't think he's going to, somehow I don't know that he's even going to do anything, or he's going to start but have to go, because this guy, I looked into him. He also is Richard Grenell, his name is. He's also has all kinds of like shady money connections. That's why otherwise he would not be so close to Trump. Trump is close to criminals. So what else, guys? So that's the story, okay? That's the story. So in other words, we are close to like, and the images I saw were close. The only thing I can remember that I've seen were like images of the 60s, where they have these people in buildings. Because the first question was like, why aren't they doing anything now? And the answer was what is it? They need to get the snipers in place. Because you know how like the thing in the 60s, they had all these people on top of buildings. There was like, not because they're going to shoot anybody. I did not see any blood. I don't see any issues like that. It was more like the logistics have to be correct and everything has to be right in order for it to happen. So it's a very big thing. Okay. So okay. So that's what I think. Okay. So I just wanted to say, because I was very upset about this whole thing. It's just like ridiculous, okay? But it does show. And the thing to remember, guys, is that even though we don't see things visibly, it doesn't mean that they're not happening behind the scenes. That's something to keep in mind. It's just that Trump is a great actor. He creates this like reality show of the presidency, but there's a lot happening behind the scenes. Okay, so I just want to say, calm for a little bit. And I've been saying this for a long time, it's only going to get worse and worse and worse until it gets better, but it's going to be really bad until it gets better. So that's what I think, guys. Like I said, it's not that it's like Trump has to leave. Yes, he's going to agree to leave. And then there's going to have law enforcement they're going to also, the main people also have to leave at the same time. And then there's going to have to be, a serious cleaning up of the White House, making sure there's no bugs and, all those things. So, you know what I mean? So, but I think, like I said, there's a lot of, I guess upheaval is the word, but it's like this is the way out for the president. He's afraid he's been caught committing many crimes. Okay. And I still don't see Barr leaving. They're like, oh, he said he's going to leave. Is it true he's going to leave? No, he's not going to leave. No. So I think he's going to have to resign. And then once he does, then other people connected to him. It's not going to be like it is now. Oh, barely like an indictment here. That are going to be more serious. So if I were working for him, I would have problems for me. Right? It's serious. They think they're being committing these crimes out there in the open. Not so pretty for them. No, not pretty. No. So again, guys, I do think if this does happen, it would probably happen in a time when there's a week, when they go to their hometowns. I think is it March? I think it's the end of March, something like that would be probably around the time. Okay. Do I think he's going to last much longer? No, I don't think. But okay. Yeah, no pardons. Okay, also. Okay. All right. I'm stopping. Just want to give you this update. Okay.